What's good, YouTube? Got a tragic video to react to today. Father of two killed in road rage incident. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna give you my reaction.
Case and a reminder to be careful when dealing with strangers on the road. California leads the nation in road rage incidents, and in this case, two children were in the middle of a violent and deadly confrontation.
I mean, before we get started, anytime you're in the car with your children and you get involved in any type of road rage incident, the best thing to do is just drive away. Like I said, either whether you hit somebody or they hit you, get the information, exchange info, go about your day. If they hit you, follow enough to get the tag number so you can report it and call it to police and keep it moving. Like I said, especially when you have you have your children in the vehicle. The last thing you want is something as tragic as this to happen and them to witness it.
It's just very hurtful. You know, it's just a huge loss for our family. Huge loss.
Crystal Harris is devastated after her 37-year-old brother, Aaron Byron Harris, a father of four, was involved in a deadly road rage incident.
I would say don't risk your life, you know, going after someone to get, information or anything. It's not worth it.
The deadly encounter.
Definitely not worth it at all. And ultimately, like I said, that's why you pay insurance. We all know insurance is a pain. Insurance is expensive, especially I mean, these rates today are insane. But ultimately, it could have saved him his life.
Encounter happened on Saturday. Aaron was driving on the 210 freeway in Highland shortly before 8 p.m. with his 4- and 5-year-old kids. A motorcyclist identified as Jonathan McConnell clipped Aaron's sedan and just kept on driving.
Okay, so he had this 37-year-old gentleman. He was in a vehicle with two of his children. He was clipped by a motorcycle who kept going. Like I said, ultimately, I think he followed this gentleman, and ultimately they got into an altercation, and it didn't end well for the father of two. Sometimes as men, man, we let our egos get the best of us. And it's kind of something like in this sad situation, that's what happened. Like I said, this gentleman didn't quite make the best decision. Like I said, I understand you get hit. You was upset. He should have followed this motorcycle until he was able to get the license plate, called the cops, reported it to his insurance. And like I said, this didn't have to end the way it did. Like I said, when you have children with you, or when you have children, you got to always think about the big picture, man. This gentleman, not only did he was in the car with two of his children, but he had 4 children total. So now 4 children are going to be left without a father, just because of a few minutes of anger and rage, which ultimately ended with him losing his life. Not worth it.
Aaron followed the biker, and the two men ended up in the parking lot of Joy's Lounge in Highland.
Really, with him following the biker after that hit and run, now he really becomes the aggressor.
I feel like the person on the motorcycle led him to his death, to be honest.
A confrontation between the two men escalated into a gunfight, and both died.
And honestly, I mean, if I'm definitely dealing with someone that's a biker and they pull me up to a bar, I'm automatically, assuming that this biker may be in a gang. Like I said, this bar he maybe kind of lead me to could be somewhere he frequents often, could possibly be a setup. But like I know sometimes you're in a moment, rage and everything takes over and you're not thinking clearly. But I mean, when you got children, man, you always gotta, like I said, think big picture and think what's best for them and their safety.
Watching in horror were Aaron's young children.
The kids, when I talk to them, they just sound traumatized, and more so, they just said, Auntie Crystal, my dad is dead, and that hurt my soul.
Like I said, these kids are going to be definitely need some counseling. They're definitely going to be a scar for life. I mean, actually witnessing, your dad died in a gunfight is I mean, beyond imaginable.
because they were in the car witnessing the whole incident.
Crystal has set up a GoFundMe account for Aaron's children.
And we're hoping to get the 2 little ones in immediate counseling since they were in the car at the time of the incident.
While the family cherishes the memories of Aaron and navigates their grief, Crystal hopes others learn from this horrific tragedy.
There was someone that hit your car and they decided to flee. Don't go after those people because you just don't know. In your car, you can.
Yeah, like I said, with these road rage instances, you never know what you're dealing with. But I mean, the what I took from this this video is, as a man, you must be in control of your emotions at all time, and not let your emotions get the best of you, or allow your emotions to make a decision that's going to ultimately allow you to crash out. Because that's sadly, that's what happened. Like I said, he could have followed this biker till he got the license plate, went on about his day, called the cops from the car, said, "Hey, I just got hit and a run. Biker hit me. He didn't stop. This is his license plate. You know, this is the last known area I saw him in," and called his insurance and went about his day. I mean, he chose to sadly follow this gentleman, and ultimately, I think the video said that they both wound up dying. So I guess they shot each other around the same times, and they both ultimately died over a car, a hit and run. Literally, something that you literally pay insurance for. Even if you didn't have insurance and your car, got hit and run, it's not worth your life ultimately at the end of the day. And his 2 children ultimately witnessed his death, and he left behind four children. Like I said, as a man, you gotta always think logically, remain calm, and not let your emotions control you.
And replace in your life, you cannot replace.
Now, the children were not physically hurt, but obviously traumatized. There was also another man who was standing in the parking lot where the confrontation took place, and he suffered a minor injury. But, it really is amazing that those kids weren't hurt as well physically.
Thank goodness
because they were right there when.
Yep. Yeah. Ultimately, thank God, like I said, the children weren't hit by like a stray bullet or anything like that. But like ultimately, like I said, my condolences to both families. But ultimately, this honestly could have been avoided. Like I said, he did not have to follow this man. It was other steps that he could have took to secure the license plate. Went on about his day. Like I said, called the cops and let his insurance know. And ultimately, he could have, still be living here and still be here with his children. Ultimately, but let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.